There's a few simple rules all of us must follow in order to live a happy life. Rule number 1 is don't talk about Fight Club. Rule number 2 is that you must all visit the Cloud District very often in order to appease a certain man living in Whiterun. Rule number 3 is do not steal people's feet rolls, lest they want to be mocked by the Hold's guards. And rule number 4 is the most important rule, and that one is do not make Trevor Phillips angry. Trevor Phillips is a playable character in Grand Theft Auto 5 and is probably one of the more popular characters to come from the series. Back in December of 2019, I made a top 10 of Trevor's craziest moments, and since that video has just about turned a year old, well, it will turn a year old on the 10th, but as an early celebration, I thought about making another list of his craziest moments, and since that one has become the most popular video up on my channel at current time, I thought that this would also be a worthy anniversary for that one. So join me as I will take a look for Trevor's craziest moments part 2. So enjoy. At number 10, we have storming into Fort Zancudo in the mission Cargo Bob, and yes, I know Rockstar is really creative when coming up with mission names. Trevor sneaks into the military base in order to steal one of the military's aircraft for a heist. Now, this one makes it on the list due to the fact that this is a base with armed soldiers, and Trevor shows no hesitation into going into the base and doing this, which to me is kind of a crazy moment, but just for the sheer audacity or stupidity that he has in this one. And number 9, it probably gets worse because we have destroying the O'Neill's house. In the mission Crystal Maze, Trevor, well, let's rewind a bit, shall we? In Trevor Phillips Industries, Trevor begins to work with 2 men, Wei Cheng and his humble translator. The 2 men try to get Trevor into an agreement while they're working towards an agreement so Trevor can start supplying them with illegal goods. Unfortunately for Trevor, the plan falls through as the 2 of them decide to work with the O'Neill's brothers. This manages to annoy Trevor, and the only sane thing Trevor knows what to do is take out the competition. So he ends up going to the farmhouse and lights on fire, causing it to blow up due to some stuff that they keep down in the basement. Trevor doesn't even blink an eye at doing this, which really makes me wonder why this guy even has neighbors in the first place if he's going to be doing this stuff towards them. I mean, I think the smart decision would just to leave Blaine County, maybe Los Santos in general, considering what Trevor's done. But believe me, it gets worse. Far worse. And of course, at number 8, we have Trevor committing treason. Yeah, this is a side mission in a game known as Rampages, and, well, Trevor gets to do these ones. Now, there's 5 Rampages in general, and of course we'll get into them later, but Rampage number 4 is, well, Trevor fighting the military. Yeah, he starts a fight with 2 military members, and, things escalate from there. Now, I'm not exactly sure if this is treason or not, but from what I've learned, treason is the act of going against one's government or something like that, and in a way, Trevor kind of has done this. I mean, if this isn't treason, this is just picking a fight with the military, which still, like, this guy has no fear for anything. And unfortunately, as I said before, it's probably gonna get worse. This guy probably does a lot more horrendous stuff to other people. So let's take a look at what we have for number 7. At number 7, it gets even more crazier as Trevor crashes a train. In a mission derailed, Trevor rides a motorcycle onto a train before taking over it and then crashes it into an oncoming train in order to steal what's inside of the train. Yeah, this was a Merryweather train that Trevor hijacked. And this isn't the first nor last time he starts trouble with the mercenary group. But this one makes on list due to the fact that he literally stole a train and crashed it. And what does he get from it? He gets absolutely nothing. So it just seems like he did this just for the hell of it. Which really makes me scared to even go near this guy anymore. And it probably even gets worse at number 6, because we have bringing people to the cult. After the events of Nervous Swan, Trevor has the ability to pick up random hitchhikers. Some of these hitchhikers can be brought to a cult known as the Altruist. And after 4 unsuspecting hitchhikers are brought to the cult, Trevor will eventually be captured by the cult and forced to fight his way out from them, which is kind of karma due to the fact that he literally took 4 people to an alleged cannibal cult. This is a kind of really crazy and scary thing that he can do, and just shows how little regard Trevor has for anyone's life. And believe me, it gets worse. A lot worse. At number 5, we have the Rampages. Yeah, this is why men, when I was saying that we would talk about these further down the list. As I said before, the Rampages are a side mission Trevor can do. And, well, this is all 5 of them today. Yeah, Trevor can fight with 5 different groups of people: ballers, vagos, hillbillies, the military, and millennials, or hipsters. But most of these people don't really start anything with Trevor except for the fact that they insult them, which causes Trevor to fly up the handle and cause a ton of damage, which is probably one of the more craziest moments he on the list, and arguably maybe one of the worst things he's done. And except it kind of gets worse. At number 3, we have hijacking a Merryweather cargo plane. Yeah, in the mission Minor Turbulence, Trevor steals a cargo plane in an attempt to steal the weapons inside. Unfortunately for him, and fortunately for probably everyone who doesn't want to cross paths with this man, he fails and is shot down by the Air Force. And that's not even the craziest moment of all this. What adds the craziness element to this is not the fact that he attempted to do this, the fact that he managed to do this with a duster, a horrendously horrible looking vehicle, and probably one of the worst vehicles in the game in my opinion, but he manages to do this nonetheless, and probably took Mayweather by surprise. And at number 3, unfortunately, it kind of gets extremely worse. At number 3, we have, well, devouring people. Yeah. Some of you might be questioning why, like, how can he be one? Well, I have a few pieces of evidence. I mean, sure, this one is probably more of him being a suspected one, but in a few of the missions, there's at least some evidence that could potentially cause this one to be reality. In the mission Pillar School setup, Trevor mentions that he does delve into this. I'm not sure if he's making a joke or not, but knowing Trevor, we don't know what we're gonna get. And in the same mission, Trevor mentions that an eyelash seen in, well, an eyelids seen in some soup probably isn't even human. Then in one of his switch to moments, he is seen vomiting up something, and he says never eat particular people. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay far away from this guy as much as I can. And of course, at number 2, it most likely is gonna get worse. At number 2, we have raging war with the Lost Biker Gang and the Aztecas. In Mr. Phillips, Trevor declares war on the Lost Biker Gang, and throughout the next few missions, he does his best to cause the bikers to either flee from Sandy Shores or flat out murder them. He does the same thing with the Aztecas, and after Friends Reunited, we don't really see the bikers in the storyline that much anymore. But with the Aztecas, well, Trevor can do a side mission after purchasing the Sandy Shores airfield, in which he'll start more beef with the Aztecas. Yeah, and that one, of course, leads us into number 1, turning Sandy Shores into a battlefield. Once Trevor purchases the Mackenzie Airfield hangar, he can start doing arms running missions by air or by ground. Most of these missions, well, more specifically, the ground missions, will have Trevor take out his rivals, which can either be hillbillies to various gang members. And, well, Trevor kind of turns Sandy Shores into a worse place, as a news report will mention that arms running has kind of gotten worse since Trevor started doing it, which really makes me feel bad for everyone that still lives in Sandy Shores. With Trevor around, life is just gonna get even worse. And, well, we've already seen what he did to Johnny, and we all know what he will do to other people. So, well, this has been, well, another 10 reasons to stay the hell away from Trevor Phillips. Until next time, goodbye for now, and I'll see everyone later.